Rolling.
Yup, that was me.
Hey,
I passed that written, and people were like not passing it.
Catch me riding
No,
dirty.
I was riding dirty, you guys.
Well, congratulations.
God damn.
And I was all nervous. I was all, oh my God.
Every
I gotta take
day
this,
she's
I
You
gotta
know,
take
you know,
this.
go. Hey, can you come get me? What time is it? No.
Oh, no.
Is it nighttime? No.
No, nigga, I can't go down there right now.
No, I think it's better to drive at night, right?
They're
No.
following me.
That's what that checkpoint.
It's better
That's
not
what-
to drive.
The checkpoint.
That's when they got the checkpoint, and they look at you and go, "Don't slide over, my man. Slide over." And they ain't no small talking. License and registration. It's crazy.
What happened?
So
was,
I'm from
I'm from Arizona.
from Arizona.
My Arizona license.
I just got here today.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Yeah, but this is your car. I know.
Yeah.
I bought it here yesterday.
Hey, so were you nervous, like driving all the time?
Yes, he was.
No.
She always in her rear view.
Because the last time I got pulled over, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just visiting.
And
And then the guy was like, oh, okay, well, watch that stop sign. So he just gave me a
You ran the
warning.
stop sign?
Yeah. He was like,
You're not in
gave me a
Texas
warning.
anymore,
whole,
sweetheart.
Give me a
whole time
warning.
she been out here
Right.
established
Illegal.
Everything dirty.
Immigrant was in the building.
Talking
You
trash.
guys didn't know.
He's in here talking trash about Trump every week. Yet you illegal.
Wow.
They need to make you
It was
y'all
just
wear
my
bracelets.
license.
I can't believe you hung out with us and we thought you was.
I was asleep.
We thought you was legal this whole time. We've been telling you the
That's
secrets
so
of
funny.
America.
I was dirty. The secrets
You-
of America.
You didn't went to our hospitals and got your footwork done.
Everything,
You don't even belong
medical,
here.
everything,
You
right?
done got California health care.
Everything.
You got an Obama phone. This the bullshit.
So, so how long you
Got
been
credits. Well, the first time was like 10 years.
What the fuck? What you waiting on?
What
You
you
knew
think?
you
Well,
weren't going home.
This-
This
fake a
time,
marriage, nigga? What you
well,
doing?
no, because they said if you live like a certain amount of time in California and a certain amount of time in another state,
Who is
you
that?
can actually,
Yeah, who are they?
like the
They
states,
said.
like the
Like
states,
you went up to the, to the Capitol.
like if you live
So
half
tell me
and
what
half, then you can establish residential here, establish residential there. But technically, I was supposed to get the license a long time ago.
You think?
Or go home.
Right when you got
Or
I just never
Yeah,
needed
or-
it. No.
back on the other
But
side
then-
of that border.
Or get off
But
the
then
road.
all these people were taking the test, and
So
they,
how'd you
were
get
they
insurance?
failed.
How'd you get insurance?
What do you mean? How did I?
No, so
Everything's under Arizona.
So you? Oh no.
So if you hit
used
somebody in
to
California-
So
they
if I
stuck.
I could still say, oh, well, I was just visiting.
Oh, we thought you was from Mexico. No, I'm just playing.
Arizona,
Same thing. It's right there.
Same border.
Yeah.
Same border.
It used to be there. We just couldn't
Said
say
it used to be there.
What else you got?
Lamore Compton in the
You
building.
got your license?
Yes,
You got your
I,
Apparently,
license.
it's
You
like
got the
that.
motorcycle
I- I-
license
You got
too.
both your license?
Yeah, yeah,
You
you
got the
motorcycle
motorcycle
license?
Yeah,
too.
yes.
Yeah.
You finally
Yes.
got it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
You got that
Do it
motorcycle.
again. Do you have it?
Yes.
That nigga lying. That nigga, he looked up to the left. That nigga said,
You dirty too.
I
You
looked
You know,
dirty
right? You know how
too.
you, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna talk
He
about
dirty too. Look at the eyes. Remember the eyes.
to my
How to
right on
tell
purpose.
somebody's
That
motherfucker
lying.
look-
Yes.
He
He's
took
like,
both eyes.
Yes.
We're gonna
He's
talk about
like,
body language today, but you know how you
Ooh,
know
he's
somebody lying,
like-
Pop? When you ask them a question,
And they repeat it.
not no, repeating it is giving you time to think, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It does.
it's possible you're making up a lie,
Definitely
right?
making it up.
Or if you nod your head to your answer.
Oh, like you agree?
No, because you're making it's the body's way. If you're making a physical, kids do it to parents, right?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to convince them. So
Yeah, I
as an-
cleaned up.
Yeah, so as an right, yeah, so yeah, and you know they didn't clean up.
No.
It's like, of course I did, and they shaking their head. Yeah, of course I did. He's like, bro, I got the teacher.
I got
just
the
called-
book.
Your teacher just called me, nigga. What you talking about?
I got the book right here. At the marble table, the one, the only, the honorable.
Shalom to the people.
So I'm glad we're talking about that. So as being a kid and growing and having kids, so as a kid, my mother would ask me shit, and I'm like, I'm the only one home. And she go, did you eat them cookies? So to me, I felt like she's asking me something that she either know or don't know. If she don't know it, why was I'm the only one
Yeah.
here? It's
Yeah.
obvious I ate the
You
cookies.
ate the cookies.
So she goes, Speedy, did you eat them cookies? And I go, nah. Boy, you know you ate them goddamn cookies. I didn't eat no cookies. I just stand on it
But
because
see, that's believable. But if you would have said, "What cookies?" That's how you know nigga lying.
well, again,
cookies?
as a kid,
The
my
one in your
theory,
pocket, nigga.
my theory was, how does she not know if I'm the only one here? So when they got older, and I would ask them stuff, I never asked them questions that I already knew the answer to. I would just walk in and go, "You motherfuckers ate the cookies. Don't eat my goddamn cookies no more." Bam.
Yep.
And then they can't lie because I think that teaches kids how to lie.
Yeah.
Did he lie a lot?
did
as
Oh
a
he-
my
kid?
God.
Nah, when I was
Yeah.
Oh, Nick,
when I
you
was,
ain't.
when I was a little kid, I never lied. My mama told me this. I never lied.
Well,
right?
when he got old,
Uh-oh.
Then I got with the gang, and I was like, "Hey, man, we a team."
was
But see,
lying
me and my older brother, we had a pact though. Like it didn't matter.
I
We
knew
we
nothing
not
about
snitching.
this.
So it don't matter what
Well,
happened.
no, Donald told.
We agreed straight up.
He
Like,
said
look,
no.
No, he
Donald-
told on you.
Donald
we
told.
we
Nick-
agreed. We
Nick
agreed
did,
straight
baby.
up. We taking the whooping. So ain't nobody.
Well, the
point-
whooping's coming.
ain't
But I
nobody
just,
pointing no
I think as
fingers. We gotta
parents,
tell it.
The whooping.
I think as parents that we should know that. Like when you ask, you got 2 kids at home and something broke. Who broke it? That's the goofiest shit to ask a kid. Who broke it? Because as a
Yeah.
kid, I'm going, well, then you may not know. I'm not going to reveal that answer. I don't know who broke it.
I think the worst
Yeah.
thing to do to a kid though is to ask them something and then get mad at them, because that's gonna psychologically teach them not to tell you anything.
Yeah.
Or
No, that's just that's the
Or-
facts.
just
Okay.
tell the truth.
But why am I telling the truth?
So I can have a reason to whoop your ass.
Okay, right. So if anybody's listening, okay. So like all my nieces and
reason.
nephews and stuff, they all come to me and tell me anything, and they know I'm a straight shooter. Like I'm not, I ain't the uncle that's gonna babysit you and be like, oh, that's okay. Like that ain't gonna happen. But they know, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just flip on you. I'm gonna hear you out and be like, oh, okay, what's going on? And I'm
And
gonna
then,
talk to you.
and then straight
it's
shoot.
not gonna be emotional. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they don't
So
talk
that's
to
what I'm
you.
trying.
So did you guys ever tell on each other, or did you guys have
I
each other's
never in
back,
my
like
life.
you and your brother?
We can't no snitching.
It's
over
on-
here.
it was
Oh, so
only the-
you never know who
was
did
o-
it, right?
It was
Both-
only the
yeah,
3 of us.
It was me and my brother. So
No, but I'm saying, like,
no, we
you
both
you would go
whoopings.
back to
We
them,
both go in the room.
and you
That's
both
it.
were like, nah, I didn't do it.
Just
He didn't
just
do
take-
it. I didn't do
Just take
it.
the Sega, pops.
Ooh.
we ain't got nothing to talk about. Just take the Sega.
I was watching a video where this mother was trying to scold her 2 twins, and it was a boy and a girl, and neither one, they rode for each other. Like neither one would tell. She's like, dang it, like they never broke. And I was like wondering, because if there's a third, they would tell.
Shit, you can't even whoop your kids nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, I can't.
Or they try to.
We don't have no phone no more. I take their phone, then whoop 'em.
So don't look left, guys.
All right, so
if you look left,
so in this
you're
book
lying.
that JT bought by,
The worst case scenario
worst case scenario.
survival.
So what is this one? This one is what is the
How do
title
you
of it?
tell if someone is lying to you?
So what's
Okay, well, first,
Oh.
before you read it, let's ask. So how do you tell?
How do you tell? Yeah.
Or how do you at least gauge that
I
someone's
just
lying?
feel an energy. I don't know. It's like an energy I feel. And
You
then
feel the energy?
you know, if you lying,
What are
shit.
you, a Power Ranger, nigga? What are you?
Yeah. What is he? He's
I don't know. I just
Power Ranger.
I feel the energy around me. You know how many arguments you'll get in based on this
Yeah.
logic right here?
Some
I feel
shit
it, and
you
if
just-
if it
You know,
changed,
some
nigga, you're
stuff
lying.
you just feel.
Thor.
Some shit you just feel. You know.
Well, because
you can just sometimes you can just tell when. a nigga-
No,
Like the
you're right,
energy.
Lamar,
He
but
is
that's a
right, but-
risky.
Yeah,
That's a
'cause-
risky way to live, nigga.
because then
Yeah.
you're living.
I feel.
So-
like,
my
you
mom
know
used to
what?
say-
everything,
feel like you're lying to
everything
me,
always.
Yeah.
Everything
My
always.
mom
work
used
out
to
in
say
my favor,
this.
so.
She said, because you know how people go to church on Sunday and they'll say, "Ooh, I feel like I'm saved," because you're at
Yeah.
church on Sunday. Then Monday, that feeling goes away.
Yeah.
And then you go, "I may not be saved," and so you try not to base things off of feelings. 'Cause to me, feelings come and go. Like you said, you can have a little, oh nigga, something tell me. Like I can look at somebody, they don't look me in the eye. My mother.
Hold on, caller.
Yeah, hold on. My mother would go, Speedy, did you eat the cookies? And she would say, look me in my eyes. I had got so good at it. Nigga, I got cookie crumbs here. And I went, I did not eat the cookie. And I would look right at her.
But see, no, you told on yourself though, because of blink. See, right before you
Yeah.
said not, you blinked. You did a pause blink.
Yeah.
No, that's a.
No. See, listen, I'm
Nah.
trying to tell you. I
You
I
can
study
tell.
body language. So, and it's not, you can't tell if someone's lying based on one thing, right? But it's a combination of things. So if you know,
So
like
right before I say I didn't do it.
one of the first things I
Not-
figured, yeah, you did a hard pause blink. But one of the first things I figured out was, for the fellas out there, I'm gonna give you some game. You can test this out today. If you're talking to a woman, right, or if a woman is somewhere, you don't have to be talking to her. She's in the room. Look at her elbows and her feet. If they're pointing in your direction, go talk to her. It's a subconscious.
Her
thing.
elbows, but how do her elbows? What is she like?
Right. So
She's like,
no.
hey,
So-
nigga, what are you like?
So let's say, so
Throw
let's,
them bows.
Like-
no. So let's say A dot, right, and you were talking to me. We were in the club, but you were and Lamar was standing out of your peripheral. right? Maybe he's getting a drink or something.
Okay.
And you see how A Dot is kind of slanted towards Lamore, even though she's talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's still kind of leaning this way. That you would
Like
know
the lean?
You would know that she's at least has some kind of attraction
In him.
Right. But
Lamore.
that's the subconscious thing.
But what if you?
Where did you get this from?
I studied this in college. I had to
No,
take this
that
class
ain't
in
what he
college.
asked you. He said, "Where did you get it from?" Those just-
Professors.
no
Professors.
problem. No
So,
problem.
can I say something?
No, that's a
I don't
fair
like your
question.
body language. You was, hey, nigga.
Hey,
That's a fair. No, that's a fair.
Yeah.
Hey, nigga.
Because
Like,
You didn't see that?
that
Hey,
was
no.
bad, boy.
Don't question me.
I felt like Kyrie, nigga. Like every time I say something, nigga need proof. I gotta have proof. I gotta have a rabbi testify. Like it's crazy right now. So I was just confused. Like, why do I need proof about what I'm talking about?
Hey, I just want to know the sources. You know, it's like
Oh.
when you read something on the internet, you want to know the sources
Yeah,
too.
you
You
can't-
know?
But see, your body language said,
Hey, I'm
"Nigga,
about to-
how you?" This
Right.
what we got.
Don't question
Don't
me.
question me.
Because he wouldn't question the white man. That's what my
But
body
that's
said.
not the point.
That's what my
He
body
just
said.
wants to know.
I understand what he said. My body said you wouldn't question the white man. No, that's what my body said.
What do you mean?
Maybe you would have, but my body said different, nigga.
Cause you
Oh,
know,
that's funny.
and that's one thing about Nick. Because anytime that kind of shit or a woman says something to you,
Uh-huh.
I see Nick do your whole body raise up. You go, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I said what I said, and what I said is what it is.
Well, that's only because I know women like correction, so I just give them what they want.
You ever notice when you do that with other people? I shut down. I go, whoa, this would be good.
You about to get it.
That's probably
I
what
do
I-
What
like
you not gonna
that.
do, Nick? And they go, so first of all,
Let me put you on pause on
Yeah.
that on the
No,
mic.
hey, look, I'm
Put the
gonna
mic
tell you
on.
about body language.
I love it.
I'm gonna tell you about body language. Right, what I learned a long time ago was my grandma taught me this at a young age, but she didn't explain it, which was with people. You have to draw the line in the sand as soon as you meet them. Whatever it is.
don't play with me.
No. Whatever it is. If you are a playful person, you have to make that available, right? So they know, like, oh, okay, this is my nature. But if you're not that kind of person, you need to establish that right away so that you can have a good rapport with people.
That's how it is. Not I know about
You know what I'm
jail, but
saying?
that's how it
So-
is in jail. Because if they call it sex playing. So you they first, hey, my man, don't sex play me here. Don't do that. And
Oh,
go,
you went through that in
No,
in
no.
jail?
Like if anybody go, nice
I heard
sweat.
somebody talk
Oh.
about
Niggas
that.
say
You
nice
heard
sweats.
somebody-
Like,
Oh, you went through that?
He
You went through
lying.
that?
I heard somebody talking.
or it-
You looked the wrong way.
a nigga try to get you a pack of
He
his
trying to
sauce,
give you
nigga.
a-
Like, what you mean, nigga? What you mean, nice shoes, nigga? What you mean? Like,
Nice.
All right, so what does the book say?
oh, wait, we got a caller.
Oh, who's it called?
Oh yeah. Go
We're on
ahead.
Patreon, so
Probably
let's take a
Burn.
caller.
Yeah.
Caller, what's your name? Where you call from?
Okay, first of all, remember back in the day, I think everybody's old enough to know this. Remember back in the day when they used to have cologne samples in the paper?
Yes. Those were fantastic.
remember
pa-
that.
I
In
don't
the
remember
paper, I
that.
remember
When was
that.
that? In
You too young,
the
yeah.
40s?
I don't remember that either.
Nigga said
In the 40s. They dropped off milk.
Oh.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember
And
that.
Speedy,
Here's your
you can
newspaper,
always-
milk, and cologne.
When you said this, it's Speedy, when you said this is absolutely true. When people get to telling you more than what you asked.
Yep. If they ever give you details that you didn't, like, hey, what'd you do today? Well, I went by the mall and I drove and I did this. And you're like, I ain't. And it was really cold outside. Like, I think anytime somebody give you details you didn't ask, they're
Yeah.
lying.
So if someone
They
give
go
you too
over.
many
Oh,
details-
too many
Too
details.
many or they give you,
Yeah.
or they
And
say
some
too much.
people,
Yep.
And
So
some people,
what's too many details?
you know they lying
They go
because they
too
moving
much.
their lips.
Yeah.
You said they moving
Oh.
their lips.
Some people just lie to lie, and then it gets to the point where those people lie so much you just look at them like, okay,
Yeah, I think you
I
should
don't-
stop asking them questions. But I just feel
yeah. I'm like, I don't even. It's like sometimes I know people be lying, and I just feel like I'm not finna argue with you about it because I know you lying.
or somebody goes, where you been? Oh, I was at the gym. It was so packed in there, and then everybody was on the machines. Bitch, I didn't ask you all that shit. When you give me too much
Here's the
information, I
worst
don't
part.
believe you.
Here's the worst part: when they tell you a lie and it makes absolutely no sense.
That's why it's a lie.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're lying.
Hey, do you
Because
like?
you know this is how we as black folks do it.
We
This is
don't,
how
if
we
I
as
had the
black and
phone, I
brown
could hang
folks
up.
do
I
it.
ain't got the phone. They got it.
You will tell us something, and then after a while we'll think about it, and then we'll start asking questions to it.
Say it
So
again.
then we'll start breaking down the story.
Oh yeah, the story. Yeah.
Like that fool in Chicago. Like that fool gonna sit here and say he went to Subway in the middle of the fucking
Oh,
in
yeah,
the middle of
yeah.
a blizzard.
Yeah, that was way too much information.
Black folks started to question his story. So
Because-
we was like, wait a minute. It's in the middle of the night, in the middle of a fucking cold snap in Chicago downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody been downtown Chicago, you know better. You don't have no assistance, none of that to go over there for you.
And you in a 5-star hotel, and you leave the 5-star hotel to go get something to
get
eat.
a Subway.
To get a Subway.
And Speedy, I think you've been in 5-star hotels.
Yes, I have. You can eat all night. You can eat all night.
Hold on. They have services where they go get the food for you, right?
But yeah, and he's Jesse Smollett. So he called the front desk. They'll go, hey, Jesse, we can get somebody to cook that or have somebody go get it for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to leave the building.
There's DoorDash, there's Uber Eats, there's all this shit he could have got. But this motherfucker say, I'm going because I'm hungry at 3 o'clock in the morning in the middle of a fucking blizzard. I want to go to Subway.
He wanted a 6 foot. He wanted a 6 foot.
Vern, you watch...
he wanted something.
He wanted, yeah.
Vern, you watch Law and Order, Vern?
A lot, yeah.
So
which one?
I only watch SVU. I kind of stopped watching, but SVU is pretty good.
SVU,
but,
oh yeah.
I watch SVU, but after a while, it gets very depressing.
After a while, after
Wait a
10
minute.
minutes.
Why does voice go high? Why did he go, after a while? Oh, my bad. Vern. Hey, Vern.
I think he's laying down.
Speedy, I'm not paying you no attention.
But Vern,
I've learned.
I think you got spit all over your phone, nigga. I can tell.
I know at least your pillow wet, nigga, for sure.
Vernon is laughing. Don't choke.
The corner of that nigga pillow was wet. Now I was gonna say
every time he talk, you gotta wipe his screen.
Hold on.
I was gonna say
about Law and Order.
On SBU.
Funny.
They always
That
know when
was
the
funny.
person did it. You always tell this person did it because you know too much information about a date, right?
Yeah.
So like if somebody say, "What were you doing Thursday? Last week Thursday?" The greatest answer you can ever say is, "I do not recall."
I do not recall.
Because if you do recall, that means you did something.
And Johnny Mac said that. Thank you, Vern. So Johnny
Not
Mac.
necessarily.
No, that's true. Hold
Thank
on.
you, yeah.
Johnny Mac
thanks,
said
Vern.
That is true.
he
Vern.
talked to a police officer, and he says, he asked him, "What was you doing? 12 o'clock, whatever." Most people go, "I don't know, man. 12. I think I might have been whatever that is."
Yeah.
But if you can go, you actually go, "Oh, I was at Starbucks. I got a Starbucks. I remember."
Even if you
12.
say I was home,
Yeah.
unless you have a routine,
Yeah. Everybody,
why do you know where you was at? That's weird.
So the fact that you gave that information, even when they do it on television and when they're writing, the guy still goes, "Oh no, I was home with my wife. We're watching I think it's Star Trek.
Yeah.
It's a really good episode."
I think the Knicks were playing in
please.
yeah, you
Like
murdered
someone
her,
I can
Yeah.
remember I don't remember anything till I was 8.
Wow, that's
Oh,
a
wow.
bad memory.
What the fuck?
Till 8.
I remember.
I remember stuff when I was 3 and 4. I think.
No.
Yeah.
I remember.
4
I
is
have a
definitely.
Because I got hit with a bat in the mouth, and that's what I
Oh.
remember.
No, you probably lost all your memories since then.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
You need to start taking
Huh?
memory pills.
If you're saying your memory kicks in at 8, right?
What you say?
I said you
got
need
to
to start
take
taking
memory
memory pills, and he
But
giggled.
My bad.
if you're saying
My bad.
That was funny.
yeah, Marvin Gaye over here,
Yeah, they
Yeah,
say shit
like-
about the Marvin Gaye beanie.
he like the
Apparently
buff,
they on sale.
he like the buff Eminem.
Black and yellow. He's
Black
at
and
the
yellow,
colors.
black and yellow.
Buff Eminem. This the beanie you used
All right,
to
so
wear
let's
till 8,
let's
Mo.
okay. What is the
Okay,
the I
so-
thing? So if you
Wait,
want
hold on. No, I was saying, Pop.
Oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
okay.
Tragic event, right? You're saying that
Uh-huh.
you don't remember anything before you was 8.
8.
But at 8, you got hit in the head.
No, in the mouth with a bat.
That's your head,
Mm.
right? With a baseball bat. So what I'm saying is you probably lost memory from that point.
Or
No, that's impossible. Nobody has memory starting from 8 years old unless you're an alien. Or a white kid that got
Oh,
abducted.
yeah,
like
that's interesting.
On ADOT, right? You have to be abducted to lose your
You
memory at
gotta-
8. ADOT
yep.
knows. She's a ghost hunter.
Because 8. Yeah. That's a tough one.
we'll get to that.
It's got to be before.
She's a ghost hunter for real. She
I
has
know we're gonna
I
get
got
to
my
that.
Yeah,
ghost
she
hunting
has
Trust
equipment.
me,
I
I'm
gotta
writing that
bring
one
in my
down. We gonna.
equipment.
And she has a license for it, y'all. So.
I got my I'm official
Well, so
now.
you got that license, but you ain't your driver's
Yeah,
license.
She got her
I got the
Ghostbuster
ghost hunter
license.
You can't legally drive your Ghostbuster
She
machine.
ain't got a California
You ain't
citizen
need-
license.
yeah.
though. She got a,
But I'm a ghost.
she got a
buster
universal
license.
universe license. Like, yeah.
My little card.
She can drive a stock car, but she cannot. You got the license for. Remember, you had to get the license to ride the little car around. Yeah. So let's talk about lying when you
Okay.
tell somebody lying to you. Then you can call in and let us know some other triggers that we can find out if somebody's lying.
Okay, so how to tell if someone is lying to you? Their pitch is high.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yes,
I didn't do that, man.
What?
What you talking about?
Yup.
Yeah, if you get your Chris
Yeah.
Tucker on, it's a wrap. Bro.
Say, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
They pause.
Hmm.
So there's a long pause or delay.
Oh, if you ask me the question,
Like,
yes.
if you like-
Because I need a
they're like-
second. So ask me what with the girl. Now watch how I go.
So were you with that one girl last weekend?
What are you talking about?
See the pause and the eyes.
I would say
no, I'm
repeat.
just kidding.
No, the way I would know though,
whole body language.
if you repeat the question. So like, yo,
I tried not to look to the left.
Like, he lied, no,
so like, yo, who was you with at the gym? What do you mean? Who was I with at the gym? Like, hey, you don't repeat the question. You heard what that's giving you time to think.
Got to think. Yeah.
Yep,
Like,
the pause.
Who was you at the gym? Who was I with at the gym? Now you be like, oh, I was with
See what had happened.
I was with Lamar.
Yeah, then your voice
He
get
was
high.
training me. Lamar, you know Lamar. You know Lamar.
If somebody gives you like,
They do.
if somebody says you can call him, they lying. Because I'm not finna call and get your alibi, nigga. We're not doing that.
Hey, yo, Lamar, just say I was with you. He's like,
And he already know. He know. Hey, who's this on the phone? Was Speedy with you? Yeah. He was with me. Oh, he said he wasn't. Fuck, this nigga's fucking up.
It says they complain.
Complain.
That's true. They do a lot of negative statements and they try to flip it. They complain and be negative and stuff.
Okay, what
Have you
about
ever
the
had
eyes?
that?
What's with the
Okay,
eyes?
so most people look to the right when recalling the truth and events that actually happened.
Okay, let me see the right.
So if
Put
you
my
look to the
hand.
right-
So look to the right. If I go here,
Okay.
so I can go here, I'm good.
Anything to the right.
Okay, to it.
But if you look to the left, you're creating or spinning new versions of the event.
What if you just got shifty?
So you're like,
eyes?
oh, so
to the. See,
the
that's
left,
the problem.
to the
Now I'm
left.
looking at you going, my left. Right.
now you're gonna look.
His right is my left, and my left is his right. Or her right. Fuck.
It says what they are saying sounds fishy. Like you just ain't right.
I still say too much information to
Yeah.
me is a dead giveaway. Or shit I didn't ask you about.
It's saying,
You know Carl was there. Bitch, I ain't asked you about
Yeah.
Fuck is Carl.
Oh, they're inconsistent. That is.
Well,
You go back and
but
be
you
like,
just
hey.
have them keep talking. At some point, they're going to fuck up the what they were
They're
talking
gonna be like lying.
everybody be lying.
Yeah.
He said everybody.
That's the more solution. Everybody lying, nigga.
Everybody lying.
Yeah, you lied. You're a liar till I tell you that.
Yeah.
So
OG put a lot of blinking.
a lot of blinking.
Yeah, you're right.
Nick said,
What you talking about?
Wait, what?
Huh?
or to me, when they try to switch it on you,
That part I
when
always
they try
know
to
when they're
flip it
lying.
on you for sure.
Manipulate.
Yeah, they like.
But
look,
what you said was, that's not what I said.
No, I left the club at 9:14.
So like, I got another one for the. This is for the ladies and the fellas out there. Another way you could tell someone's interested in you. I'm not gonna say likes you because we're not kids anymore. But interested in you is they'll start mirroring your actions. So let's say if you're talking to a woman, right, and say you're talking with your hands, right, and you're like, yeah, so I was, you move your hands when you talk. She'll start moving her hands when she talks.
Nick, that's
right?
weird.
It doesn't matter if
Why
it's
am I
weird or
looking
not.
for that?
You don't have to look for it or not. I'm just saying if you ever
See
take
what I'm
these
saying?
classes, you
The whole you don't look for it, not.
don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to look for
I heard
it.
nigga. I don't know why he
But-
keeps calling me a nigga. I
Interesting.
don't
But
know why he keep doing
it is an interesting thing
Dad.
because most people have anxiety when they're trying to talk to people for the first time. So this can kind of help you with that, So or if you're
The
talking to a
anxiety.
young lady and her arms are folded, you might just want to leave her alone.
Oh yeah, now that they teach you in your class.
Oh yeah,
That
they
makes
do,
sense,
or
yeah.
they do
Body
that
language. What
with
does that
their
mean?
hips, like with their,
Well,
their
that's-
sides. Their
What does
Yeah.
that mean?
That's a
Like,
defense.
they're just looking
That's a
like,
defense
yeah.
posture to try to make
Oh, it is?
yourself look bigger than you actually are.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Put
you're,
your hands on your head.
Yeah.
yeah, so if you ever see like war generals and stuff, it's called I think it's called the general pose. I think that's what
Yeah.
it's called. Is when you stand with your hands on your hips like this. They always
Yeah.
show the generals
Who
like that.
stands with their
Yeah.
hands on their
They
head?
they show pictures
They
of
show.
old generals like that.
Apparently, generals.
People do it.
They
Yeah,
would,
but who goes? So anyway,
people do people
You
do it
see
naturally.
You'll see it.
Not
Yeah,
like
like
that.
at some
naturally.
point you got to settle your shoulders.
People do it naturally. So you'll
Don't
see
do that. Look at
if
me.
Yeah.
somebody
Don't do that. Look at me.
if somebody doesn't have an
All you hear is
eye-
you
I
gonna work
said,
me
don't
out.
do that and look at me. That was funny.
if someone's having a disagreement with
He
somebody,
looked at me. He was like,
He's like,
this.
can you move Lamar over here? Lamar's like,
That's all I
"Can
can get
move?"
out of that.
watch. You'll
That
see.
does, yeah,
And
yeah.
mostly-
I feel you on that.
If you
Yeah.
let me finish, you shouldn't even be doing it because I'm saying mostly women do it.
Wow.
Right? So you'll
Oh,
see
wow.
you'll see most of the time you'll see
That's
a woman.
what he said.
Yeah, I don't know why you did it. Most of the time you'll see a woman talking to a man and you'll usually see her have one foot forward, right? And she'll be leaning on her back foot, which tells you she's trying to avoid the person, right? That's the energy falling back. And she'll have her hands on her hips to try to be larger.
Well, for
Oh,
me,
okay,
is
yeah.
when they act like they can't hear you. That's when I stop. How you doing? What? Nothing. I just keep walking. As soon as they go, what? The frown and the what? Anyway, Biz, you missed out.
How many times has that happened?
Well, if I think about it and count it, maybe twice in my life. I don't remember. It was a lot. I had one girl, I'm looking at her in the mall, and she turned around and said, "Take a picture, it lasts longer." I was like, fuck. No, I ain't getting that number.
All right, so I got another interesting one for you guys. All right, so nodding of the head as somebody's talking to you, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like Lamore just did. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
You ain't
If
answering
they're
nothing.
agreeing
Why is
with
he
you,
nodding?
if they're agreeing with you,
So it's a good thing, right? So
It is?
Yeah.
if you're talking to someone
yeah,
and they're nodding their head in the manner of Lamore's though right there,
Yeah.
right? The nice basic, like, okay,
That's
that means
good. Yeah.
they're listening and they want you to keep talking, right?
yeah.
But if someone nods their head quickly, that means they're not listening to you, and
It's
they
too
want
much
you
for
to
me to
make
remember.
It makes
man.
sense, yeah.
right. So, yeah, nigga, yeah.
Move on.
Yeah, all right, my nigga. What else? Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
just a little body language for you guys. So if you're talking to somebody, they're like, all right, yeah, for sure, my nigga. All right. You know, just leave them alone.
They try to get away.
Trying to get out. Yeah.
Because Fox do it all the time. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, Speedy,
I would love to,
yeah.
brother.
Right. But if it's a slow nod, you can keep the conversation going. But if the nod speed up, just end the conversation. Just, I'll catch you another time, brother. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't get your feelings hurt.
I was trying to think because when I went up to him at the party,
Was
He
he
get-
was
nah.
nodding fast?
I go, "It's me, Ada from."
And he was
Speedy."
like,
"Oh, hey, Ada." Like, and I was like, "Oh, I got the hug in the picture, so."
Now, did you
So
get
I didn't get
did you
the
get the whole hug,
yeah.
the body,
I
titties,
got
everything
I was
touched?
like,
What?
yeah. I was like, all right, bye. Because there were so many kids. I didn't get the yeah, you know.
Did you come back and get
I
a
was like,
drink?
okay.
I can't remember. You came back and got a drink.
Yeah, but I didn't get the Speedy special drink.
All right, I got it.
It was too strong.
His speed.
How can you tell?
Somebody parked your, where'd you park your motorcycle?
Oh, did I park in somebody's spot?
Is it yellow?
I don't know. Maybe.
Is it a yellow motorcycle?
right.
He's next to you on the right side.
That's where that one guy parks his car because Ralphie's calling. He only called me if somebody's car's
Oh.
He
Because
is
I'm
go-
on the other side of you, on the parking spot.
by the
on the-
rail.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're on the other side.
Yeah.
We might have to go to break.
Yeah, it
Well,
was-
real quick.
Wait, is he lying or is he
we-
not lying?
Real quick. How can you tell if someone's smile is genuine?
Yeah.
The
Right.
bigger it is, I guess. Or
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
No, because
There's something on the face you can tell if someone's smile is genuine.
Like if they really.
If they're actually, because you can't fake it. The human body cannot fake this thing. So this is the way to tell if someone's fake smiling with you or if they're really smiling with you, is to watch the corners of their eyes. So
Oh, yeah,
when
the
a person
crinkle, like
genuinely
the-
smiles, their eye crinkles right here,
Right.
right?
What if they got the shot?
If you fake it,
What if they
it won't.
The,
What if they got Botox?
Yeah, they got both.
Well, you shouldn't be talking
wouldn't
about
even-
with Botox in your eyelash. That's
You
weird.
won't see no facial expression.
So if they smile,
Right.
and this part comes
It's a
Yeah.
subconscious nerve, right? So when you genuinely smile, it activates that nerve, right? See, you just did it right now. See, but you're squinting your eyes, so that's not smiling. I don't know what you're doing. You're trying to see. So, but yeah,
you need your glasses. That's
If
what
someone fake smiling with you, just check their eyes, and you can tell by the eyes that they fake smiling with you.
a whole lot of shit to remember.
All right, so we're gonna
Little
get back into
crinkles.
this book. We're gonna
Hey,
check.
don't
and see
Yeah.
if
Be right
Lamar-
back. Take a quick break.
Like
and then
right
we'll
back.
tell Light Speedy.
We right back.
All right.